third member today coming on, former NFL player himself, Mr. Chris Wilson. What's going on, Chris?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. It's always good to have one of my friends on, a person that played at the highest level possible with the Washington Redskins when he was here. So, the question that I've been posing all day, and I've been posing this question for weeks, but I get the impressions from fans, and they tell me what they think. Well, I want to get it from former players. I want to get it from guys that were in the trenches that knows
hmm
exactly what it was. So the question that I've been asking
hmm
is Jayden Daniels a top five quarterback right now?
That's an easy question. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you out of your
I don't have to
former
think about that.
players, they've said no. They said
Ooh,
that. Well, Zoe and Anthony respectfully said they
boy.
think that he will be, but he still needs a little bit
I'm
more
gonna
time.
I'm gonna disrespectfully disagree with them.
My man, my
How
man.
is he not? So the,
that,
the
that,
the kid the kid is coming off of a Heisman quarterback performance. So it's not like he just got hot this year.
mm-hmm.
Now he comes into the league poised.
Right,
Now I
right.
will say this respectfully. They was comparing him to RG3. He not RG3.
Nah. He's better than Robert,
He
and
not
I don't mean
RG3.
that, and I don't mean
He's
that
athletic.
disrespectfully.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
He's athletic like RG3, but the decision making is so fast and
Hmm.
so correct.
Hmm.
Even if he's throwing the ball away, throw it out of bounds over somebody's head. Those are the I love when a quarterback do that. Me being a special teams guy, punting is the number one thing we do.
Right.
Let's put the
I,
punt team out there.
you know what
It's
I'm
better than a
saying?
turnover. It's better than trying to force it. The dude, how many points did he score on the Lions?
I mean, they hung 40 something on them. Yeah. So,
Because the Lions had 40 something. I want to say he had 50 points. And so I'm sitting here like the dude is not even the points, it's not even the success, it's the decision making and the
for a rookie,
leadership.
yeah.
Those are things that talent that you gotta that talent ain't got nothing to do with that.
So let me pose it to you this way then, because, and I understand where people are coming from when they say,
Mm-hmm.
who you going to bump out of that top five? So
You
that's
talking about top five current, right?
top five current.
Yeah. I'm not all
Yeah.
time, but you
Yeah.
got
I mean, top.
Mahomes,
You got Mahomes, you got Lamar,
you got
you got
Lamar,
Josh Allen,
you
who just
got
won it.
Josh.
But
I,
right there is kind of
okay.
like a separation, and
Okay.
then you
Right
have
there's a pause. It's a pause when you start talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
But I mean, you got Joe Burrow, who's still.
I'll give you Jalen Hurts. I'll give you Jalen.
Well, see, that's what I was saying. I said Jalen Hurts has to be considered a top five quarterback. He just won a Super Bowl, man. And I understand he's a game manager. I get that.
No, he's not.
What would you say?
So let me go all the way back and get some off my chest.
Okay.
When Jalen Hurts was at Alabama, he was a
Hmm.
starting quarterback for more than just one season.
Sure, he was.
Tua
Hmm.
came in again. Of course, no disrespect to nobody. Tua came in, took his spot, or Nick Saban gave him his spot. So of course he had to go somewhere else, right?
Hmm.
So my knock, this is just me talking
Hmm.
on Tua was he held the ball too long trying to make something happen, like you in junior high school or something.
Hmm.
Make the right decision. Sometimes plays don't work. That's why we
Hmm.
run 60, 70 plays a game.
Right. Right.
We ain't gonna
Right.
score 60 touchdowns,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
Hmm.
when it don't work, we got to go make adjustments and then come back. Um, if you look at the play that he hurt his hip on in
Hmm.
college,
Hmm.
he held that ball about 8 seconds running around trying to make something happen. Get rid of the ball. How long
Hmm.
you expect the O line to block for you, right?
Right.
RG3 used to do the same thing.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
used to tell him my locker right next to Thriller,
Hmm.
that's what
That's
I
what
called
that's
him,
what you
Thriller,
call him, right?
because he was Michael Jackson with the glove,
Right. Right.
he
Right. Right.
used to
Right.
be shaking, but Thriller used to get active. But then some plays like, man, it's not there. And you see how that caught up with him against the Ravens. So then you get a guy like Jalen Hurts that's making the right decisions, ain't necessarily fine. Now, don't get me wrong, Tua can sling it, RG3 can sling it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I love a quarterback that's gonna make I love the Kurt Warner.
Hmm.
I played against him and had so many wins, and
Hmm.
I barely touched the guy's jersey. He didn't. Kurt Warner don't need no O line.
Right. Right.
Kurt Warner can play.
Take your crypto strategy to the next level with Robinhood. Buy and sell crypto at one of the lowest costs on average in the US.
Remember in elementary school, 1,000 a month, 1,000, 2,000, and then you just blitz. Kurt Warner not gonna get touched because he makes his decisions so fast. And it's funny that when I went back and saw that movie, I said, that's what made him who he was. He gonna throw the ball at running back feet. He gonna throw the ball over somebody's head out of bounds, and he's just gonna do his thing. Jalen Hurts is a great decision maker. And and he's so poised, he could care less about what anybody thinks. He's a winner. Right.
So you put him in the top 5 for sure. Then.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
That's what I said
this year.
Yeah, I mean he was an MVP, Super Bowl MVP. You know, and probably should have been in the game. In the Super Bowl they lost to the Chiefs.
Is that the objective?
I thought it was. I mean,
when each team start training camp, the objective is to do what?
Get to the Super Bowl and win it.
Did he do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is me. I got Pat, Lamar, Josh, Hurts, and that's kind of disrespectful to Hurts, seeing how he the one that beat them all.
right.
Just you talking about just quarterbacks?
Yeah,
right?
just in that 5. Doesn't have to be any order.
I got Jayden right after that. Who?
Okay, so you're taking Jayden over Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Matt Stafford.
Now, Jayden. Now let's talk about Burrow first. I love Burrow for the same reasons. With the decision making, I think Jayden makes the decisions a little bit faster. I'm gonna have to find out what that software is that he on.
Yeah, because it is something. I mean, you know what? I've never heard anybody say when they compare him to Joe Burrow that he's making those decisions faster. As a former NFL player, linebacker, you would know.
I love Burrow when he was at LSU. I said, this guy going to be all right. Some of the passes when he was at LSU weren't necessarily the most accurate, but that was him trusting those awesome wide receivers he had, which was a great decision. I got Justin Jefferson one-on-one, I'm throwing it. I got Chase one-on-one, I'm throwing it. Yeah.
Right.
So I just think Jayden is making those decisions a lot faster. Of course, he's running a lot faster, and he's not running reckless.
Okay.
He's jumping out of bounds. I get them 12 more yards. I'm 12 yards outside of the end zone. You're not gonna touch me. I'm gonna jump out of bounds. I get them. I got a new set of downs. I don't gotta get that right now. I gotta put my head down. You ain't never seen Jay put his head down and try to run nobody over. No, I'm not doing that. I got 2 running backs.
You know what? You can go back to the second game of the season when he took the hit against the Giants. You remember that? And he was down. After that, all year long, it was, that was kind of like his indoctrination into the NFL. Like, I can't do this.
It takes a poised person to understand their value. I remember when Tom Brady lost the football and didn't jump on the pile to get the fumble back.
I mean, he
Some
knew.
would think that was arrogant. Some would stress out. I got to get the ball back because I might get took out. Tom Brady knows, okay, I messed up. I'm going to own it. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to make up for it. But I'm too valuable to get down in here with these D linemen.
So you think Jayden has that kind of
type of
cerebral type of just mentality? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I watched him week in and week out.
I just remember when you were here for the Legends thing and, we were talking about him and you said he's different. He's different. And you can just see it.
It's not a fluke.
Yeah, it's not. And that's the other thing that people keep talking to me about. Oh, well, quarterbacks have that second year slump. And I'm like, not necessarily. Patrick had an MVP season his second year, and so did Lamar. So why can't Jayden be in that group as opposed to somebody else?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you why Jayden won't have a second year slump, because he first of all, shout out to the Commanders offensive coordinator, right?
Cliff Kingsbury.
He's doing a great job of balancing the offense so we don't keep hitting the Jayden button. We're not gonna keep hitting the QB button and make him run. Let's zone. Let's do the zone button. Let's zone read option again. Let's do the read option again. Let's do it again. And then he finally get caught. Even though slow punching George Foreman to catch we won, rest in peace, George.
Mm-hmm.
He'd catch you. He wouldn't know. Okay, I'm gonna catch you with one of them, right?
Right, right.
But they balanced it out. They balanced the run game, screen game, short game, mid game, deep game, right? They just added Debo.
Debo.
Ooh.
I know.
You know, they talking about do they need a premier running back? I don't know. They may not, depend on who available. We got the fabulous five. I call our 5 picks in the draft the Fab Five, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see who's available, you know, when you got picks like that. But you know, they're balancing out. They're not stressing. They're not pressed to do. Oh, I'm gonna do something with Jayden because it's the only player we got. Nah, they running the offense, and he's running the offense well.
And they're trying to make sure that he doesn't have to wear his cape every game. You know, when you go out and get a Debo,
yeah,
you go out and you get yourself a legit tackle. You know, that changes everything, right?
yeah. So when you go out and just run the offense, he can be Superman when he has opportunities to be Superman.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something I had to learn too late in my career. I was trying to hit everybody so hard. No, you can't hit everybody hard. These dudes too good. Go ahead and make the tackle. Just grab them, get them down, sling them down. But every now and then, when you catch him in the alley, and ain't no left or right to go. Now you can turn on the gas and put your face on something. So those opportunities are going to come for him to put his cape on. And he sees and he kind of knows those opportunities. Like, okay, if they get in this situation, in this coverage, I'm going to hit him right here. If I can get more, I will. If not, I'm sliding. And we're going to keep rolling.
So, you know, you're the only player that came on and went with him, yes, in your top 5. So I'm going to give you kudos for that because go ahead.
Go back to what we was talking about. Who's better than him?
That's what I keep
You
saying.
said Burrow.
I think people might say Burrow's better than Jayden right now.
Burrow can give him a run for it. He's not better than Jayden.
I mean, Jayden beat him head to head too, right?
Right. Come on.
I mean, in his home turf and in a must-win game for Cincinnati at that time.
Hello.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, listen, I've been saying for a long time, I don't know how you can take him out of a top 5. And I understand Jalen Hurts has moved himself in there. But to me, the person on the island that has to fall out of there is got to be Joe Burrow.
He got to fall out. He got to earn it back in. This the current top 5 is a constant. You don't get it off name.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get it off name. Burrow never won the Super Bowl. Jalen never won the Super Bowl. Jalen went to the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How far did Burrow get to the?
He got to the Super Bowl. He got to the Super Bowl, and he lost to Matt Stafford and the Rams.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. He could be in there next year.
You know who hasn't been to the Super Bowl? Lamar and Josh Allen.
Correct.
But they both have multiple. Well, Josh just got an MVP. Lamar already has 2.
And I'm putting them in the top 5 because of what I see, man. Them dudes
of course, they're different.
Lights out. They different. Both of them lost games when their receiver actually just dropped the ball at the end.
So Chris, this is what I do. And folks, I'm talking with Chris Wilson, former Washington Redskin player, good friend of mine. Guy's doing some great things. Another high character person. One of the things that I think, if you look at all these quarterbacks, okay, always do if you took this guy off this team and put him on this team, would that team continue to ascend or would they come down? And I've said this. If you gave Jayden Daniels.
How is Robinhood Gold offering such a high APY?
Yeah, now anybody can earn 4% APY on their uninvested cash with Robinhood Gold.
The weapons that Joe Burrow has and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, that could get ugly.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, from a talent standpoint, but I don't know. I think Washington got some weapons.
Yeah. I'm saying Terry's great. Yeah. And then Debo comes in. So, but I'm just saying, like for last year, if Jayden's on Cincinnati last year, did they make the playoffs? I would think they do. But Joe Burrow had that kind of year. So, go ahead.
I think I hear what you're saying, but +1 to the weapons around Burrow. But does either of those teams, if you swap the quarterbacks out, get past Philly in the NFC?
Nah,
Not this year, right? So
nah.
he
Good
got
point.
right there.
Good
So
point. That's a great point, actually. Yeah, nah,
yeah.
nobody's getting past them. Washington needs one thing in order, in my mind, to
Mhm.
really be able to combat Philadelphia. And I think they need a home run running back. I truly believe that. I think if you can get a back that can take it to the house anytime from anywhere on the field,
Mhm.
it just opens the offense up even more. Now with the Debo on one side, or you can move him in motion, do different things. Then you have Jayden who can take off if he needed to, but he can beat you it from the pocket. It just, and then you have Terry, of course, and Zach Ertz. It just opens up everything. And now he's got a legit Pro Bowl tackle that's
Yeah.
blocking for him.
Yeah.
But if you give me a running back with some speed, because I like Brian Robinson. Don't get me wrong. I like
Mhm.
Austin Eckler. I like their whole backfield. Chris Rodriguez, Jeremy McNichol, but none of those guys strike fear in anyone as far as if this guy gets the ball in open space, it's a wrap.
Yeah. You know, and I almost hate doing this because this is like that time of year, but I think they need a dominant edge.
Of course they do.
And I said dominant. I don't know if they want to go speed. I don't know if they want to go hybrid. I don't know if they want to go big. But they need somebody who can say for example,
Just a disruptor,
the
you
little
know?
toss, the little toss from Saquon. They need somebody that's gonna grab that little wide receiver. Watch out, move you into that tackle, and I'm
Right.
coming up here. You try to run zone my way, it don't work because I'm putting the edge on it. All the old linemen bumping into each other. Somebody that can really make it hard for teams to run on them. I like the big D tackle, and I think they got a good D line. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I like OG. I got to call him an OG now. Wagner and
Mm-hmm.
and I like the linebackers. I like. I mean, come on, they in the NFC Championship. You're talking about a good team, so it's nothing to not like. But I think they need somebody to slow the run game down. Saquon did just a little bit too much.
Man, it made it look too easy.
It made
He
it
was
look
too
too easy,
comfortable,
and
wasn't
then
he?
Shipley got in there and almost ran
Oh
400
my
yards. You know what I
gosh,
mean?
man. Yeah,
So
that in the
you gotta
NFC
be
Championship.
solid somewhere, and you got to kind of stick to your guns and say, okay, this team not going to run on us. We gonna make Jalen pass or whatever. I'm splitting hairs, right? We in the NFC Championship, but I think with that, because
Mhm.
offense was scoring, offense is
Oh, the
moving the ball.
offense wasn't the
So
problem. Yeah.
if they stay in it, which is what I told all my hometown Michiganders, I said,
Hmm.
okay, if these Lions play around, they're gonna lose. I said they're supposed to win, but they better come out. They better run the ball. They better keep running it. They better, play good defense. I ain't all that gambling. And sure enough, they did the opposite.
They did
And
the
they
opposite
scored.
of.
They scored. They did score a lot, but I was trying to tell them. I said,
They
see,
went away from Gibbs in that game too, by too much. I mean, because
yeah,
he
they
was
won.
killing, he was killing Washington, and
Yeah.
then Johnson decided he didn't want to use him animore. And I was
Well,
like,
no, it's not that. It's the pressure of another team scoring points. You
mm-hmm,
almost feel like I have to throw it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It's like, oh, he just scored right back. Okay, we're gonna run it a little bit. Whew. All right, we scored that drive, but it was
mm-hmm,
close. It was tight. It took us 8 plays,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but that's what they needed to do.
Yeah, yeah. Keep the
Doing that.
ball away from Jayden.
Yes,
That's what they needed to
get
do.
some stop them quick. But yeah, I got him in the top 5. I mean, outside of Burrow is definitely a contender. It's not like that's an argument, but I got Jalen over him too. I can't wait
Okay.
to meet Jalen. I'm bringing a few of my young
He good dude, man.
ball
Like
players up.
he's as advertised, just being in that locker room with him. And you know what, Chris, man, I can honestly say this. This will be my 16th year. I've never been in the locker room but one year where the quarterback was consistently in that locker room. And that was when Alex Smith was there.
Wow.
Other than that, I mean, Robert's our guy, we know, but Robert wasn't always in that locker room. And that wasn't
Yeah.
always his fault because, the team
Right.
had a leash on him at the time. They wouldn't let him do anything without them knowing. But
Different management,
yeah,
right?
right. But other quarterbacks, they just weren't in the locker room. Alex was. Jayden Daniels was in that locker room every day of the year, in the locker room, joking with players, hanging out with defensive linemen, offensive
Yeah.
linemen,
Being a
cornerback.
leader. Being
Yeah,
a leader.
and they embraced them, and that goes to show you why that team did what it did last year, because they believed in a rookie that, you can't deny his talent. That's a given. But the fact
Yeah.
that he wanted to come in and earn their trust and their respect,
Yeah.
he did it. So yeah,
Yeah, I
man.
can see it. I can see it from way over here. He legit.
Nice, nice. Well, look, folks, we had Chris Wilson, my guy. Chris, before we wrap up, what you got going on, my friend? Anything we should know about?
Oh man, I got a lot going on.
You
Whole
always
lot.
have a lot going
I got a
on.
whole lot going on right now. Like I got a lot going on. Working in management right now with GM.
Mhm.
That's going well.
Nice.
Got my youth football organization going into its 5th year.
Hmm.
So this is actually my son. Our oldest group is 12 and under, 10 and under. We got an 8 and under. Then we got a 6 under
Hmm.
flag. That's a big deal because
Hmm.
Flint never had an organization. They had a lot of youth teams. We
Hmm.
never had an organization that the city and the county can just say, "Hey, let's go over there. Let's go over there consistently get some
Congrats,
coaching,
congrats,
challenge some
congrats.
guys." So we trying to get to Ford Field this year.
Nice.
We've been coming close the last couple of years. Um, Man, my daughter is doing a excellent job in ballet.
Brooke, tell her I said
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah, she got some ballet schools, some collegiate level ballet schools looking at her. So we about to take some visits. I don't know how the ballet NILs go. Somebody let me know.
Hey, man, it's a thing. We're gonna make it a thing.
Yeah, I said she's the Michael Jordan of ballet.
Nice, 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 nice. That's
Then I
what's
got
up,
my
man.
middle child Pierce.
Hmm.
Just got awarded high honors. For the Honor Society, doing
Nice,
exceptionally well in tennis and track.
nice,
So top
nice,
hurdler in the
nice.
state doing well in tennis. And then I got the grand finale. Young Reese playing 12 and under football hybrid. He locking down slots, edge rushing. Looking like a
Well, you
chip.
got you got him on that side his dad played.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, them guys getting drafted every year.
Yeah, I
They
get you,
look cool.
brother.
You
That's
know.
what's up, man.
And then my wife, she probably don't want me saying her name, but I ain't gonna name all my kids. I'll name her. Just doing a great job with focusing on family right now.
That's
She
what's
got some
up.
other endeavors going on, but I ain't gonna sit here and run it all down. But we busy.
That's what's up, man. Tell Serena I said what's up. Well, look, man, we gotta do this more often because
Yes,
you,
sir.
as we've always said, you've always had the gift of gab. You know what I mean? And we've
Well, you
always
you
done
got
this.
you. I think it's that Penn State point guard in you. You always threw the lobs up and made it easy.
I
I'm wondering, like, what is
appreciate
he
that.
gonna ask me? He didn't tell me what we was
I
talking about.
sure
I'm like,
didn't, and
oh,
I
that's easy.
told you I'm not. We just gonna come
Yeah.
on the flow like we always do. That's what we do, man. So
Yes, sir.
so listen, man, I got to get you back on here soon, and I got on Tuesdays now coming up. I'm be on Radio One in DC. So
Nice.
the pod will be on radio on those Tuesdays. So got to get
Yeah.
you to come on there, and then when you come in town, we got to get you in the building. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
let's
love
do
I
that.
love what we got going on.
Absolutely. So look, folks, Chris Wilson. How can everybody follow you on your social media?
Yeah, you can follow me. My handle is Coach Chris Wilson 95. And that's on Instagram, as well as YouTube. Right. Please follow me on YouTube. I just started my YouTube, so my followers is low.
All